but like he flaked, and so like I did it, and then so all of a sudden I was like, hey, I'll co-host the show with you, and then so like we've been doing that. I mean, we were frequent for like 4 months, and then like it got repetitive, and then like 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 it plateaued, and then like it's hard to get like the motivation, like create, like being looking forward to doing it again.
You had 10 million. That's awesome, man. Thanks for that.
Yeah, we're not fucking around.
You had 10 million. That's awesome, man. Thanks for that.
Yeah, we're not fucking around.
And it kind of like went through, but that's all to say that during this time, Minds Gaming was like, oh fuck this, about the point system, and he's fucking around with Mint Me, and then he actually did that so much that he launched his token on Ethereum. So like he has that, and then he wants to launch another token within, like there's a few of us that have this, and then he wants to do it on some other chain. But that's all to say that like there's already a group that's like still the Minds Underground, that we're all ready.
So we are gonna get the grant program ripping, and I think that's just so important. I just want it. I want to be able to, have all you guys, get big proposals through and just be, fully incentivized to create however you want to create.
Now I need to add the bass.
That have this, and then he wants to do it on some other chain. But that's all to say that like there's already a group that's like still the Minds Underground, that we're all ready to attack everywhere. But that's what I mean. Like, have you read The Starfish and the Spider?
The Power of Chaos. As you read this, parents worldwide are beseeching their kids to clean the rooms. How can you get anything done in this mess? They ask. Similarly, the conventional thinking is to run an organization, you better be organized and structured. But in a decentralized world, messy kids can rejoice. It pays to be chaotic. In seemingly chaotic systems, users are free to do whatever they want. Want to download a song? Sure, why not? Want to create a piece of software? Go for it. Want to write an article for Wikipedia? Be our guest. Want to create a website featuring your cat? Go right ahead. Want to drive a 20-foot giraffe car? Great. Starfish systems are wonderful incubators for creative, destructive, innovative, and crazy ideas. Anything goes. Good ideas will attract more people, and in a circle, they'll execute the plan. Institute order and rigor structure, and while you may achieve standardization, you'll squash out creativity. Where creativity is valuable, learning to accept chaos is a must.
If not, read it.
Starfish and the Spider, no. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah. So it's about like essentially decentralized organizations versus centralized organizations. So the starfish, he cut off the leg and like you could grow a whole other starfish. Anyways, it has a cool history and it kind of goes all the way back. That is to say that like even though we don't use minds, we still I still keep in contact with like people, and that we do stuff, and like this is the whole point. Like I want to create this like web series. It's the Minds Underground, and it's exactly that. Just people creating and either fully immersed or are wanting more of the Web3 world. Before we talked about it, now it's like, how do we use it and maximize it for each use case, and
Yeah, that's exactly up my alley right now. Like that's so weird how it just kind of it was kind of obvious, you know, but I wasn't ever too much into it. Like I listened to you talk about like you know, Filecoin and IPFS and stuff a little bit back in the day.
Yeah.
But now that's stuff that I use every day.
Cool.
Like I'm looking at Mint Meme because I haven't seen exactly this. There's some services like this, but
yeah. I mean, I actually don't really use Mint Meme that much. Mine's Gaming and all of them use it because I just don't. I mean, it's alright, but I looked into Rally, and I like that a little bit better because I think the network effect and the ecosystem that Ethereum has already, at least for the next 5, almost 10 years, like it's the ecosystem which all other pools will come from. You know, when we're talking about like ecosystems, to have an ecosystem, you need water in a pool, and I think Ethereum is going to build the biggest body of water for the open source Web3D, and then that comes down and we build bridges and rivers and oases and, you know, whatever else we want to build.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at Rally right now with because I've heard of Wax before.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of this. No one was talking about this.
Yeah. They're already doing a little bit of what I'm talking about, like incentivizing people doing articles, and you know what I mean? And you get a little bit of their coin or whatever. Early experiments in that. And there's
and I'm trying to see, like, so whenever you try and do stuff like that, people want it to all be on chain, right? So I'm trying to see, like, because Mint Me looks like you just create a coin, right? Like it's just a blank, and then, basic like ERC20 contract with no functionality, most likely.
Yeah.
And then, you know, how do you distribute the tokens? You know, creating a smart contract, setting that up to like a React interface on a website and that kind of thing. Like, I would be interested in like being a part of trying to put something like that together, like Mines Underground or whatever the hell it is, or however we go about doing that. Just got to get off of Ethereum, because those transaction fees are gonna be ridiculous for like a couple of years probably. Like it's not gonna get that much better that much soon.
It's at least a year out.
There's like bridges onto Binance Smart Chain.
But it's all about the second layers right now. Mine's, I don't know why they're not using the what are they using? Stark or something like that, or Snark, or I don't know. And that's one thing I think I brought it up with Jack, was like, or did I? I don't know. I talked to Jack recently and everything's all messed up because like I had to go on a bunch of different trips and like my uncle died and all this kind of personal stuff happening. But anyways, it's like I don't know why I guess, you know, Bill, sometimes they should have focused in on just making the mine, what they're calling mines pay, like way better. Like that should be like already smooth and seamless where you could, you know, like it's still cumbersome to use mines, you know what I mean? But I'm talking just about like the whole interface of their dashboard and using the tokens, getting them off chain and on chain and sending them and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's not like it's an easy feat, you know. Like I'm not trying to go on a call with Bill and everyone and be like, why are you guys just a
little tender and care to it, right?
Just fucking do it. Yeah, no, like this is a difficult thing to do, right? Like some of these projects that are successfully deploying this shit get funded for millions of dollars before they even go for it.
But mine's recently got $10 million, so I see it because now they have like a proper support page, and it's still a little cumbersome, but I think they're trying to get staffed up, so it's still mines though. It's still mines. It's still fucking.
I need to actually do a deep dive into what the code base looks like, or what we're actually doing, or what contracts we have deployed on ETH, because everything's trying to be EVM compatible. right? So you can just go deploy the contracts somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then still work it on something that's like very, very low congestion,
Sure.
and use somebody else's pre-made bridge, because everything's a building block.
Yeah,
now.
it's Legos.
Everything's DeFi Legos. I just sent you a link. This is Moonbeam. It just deployed on the Kusama ecosystem.
Cool.
So it's EVM on Polkadot. It's the first one that's live.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know if you know SushiSwap. SushiSwap
Yeah.
is like just a fork of Uniswap,
Swap.
except without the VCs and shit. They're deploying the whole thing on Moonbeam,
Okay.
and then you're gonna have a bridge from Polkadot to Moonbeam to Ethereum through Sushi. Because pretty much like Gavin Wood was the CTO for Ethereum. He helped write the Solidity programming language, and then he was like, oh, this isn't going to scale. We have to start from scratch. And then he just kind of dipped and did his own thing. And it's a masterpiece, and it's just coming live. My move has been like locking up tokens in those crowd loans. It's been a really good play.
Cool. Yeah, man. What I been focusing on my end is what I've been telling, and why I haven't been playing with MintMe is like, okay, now why do we have these tokens? And what do we do with them? How can we use them? And so basically, I'm thinking, well, I have different phrases for this, but like the Mines Underground will be like I'm first developing the Cosmic Trigger as like a web series. So, you know, moving out of like podcasts to like web series, then doing the Mines Underground, which is like, think Anthony Bourdain, but for the creative Web3 world. And not only that, because like we'll go and visit people, like, you know, I go and visit you or whatever, but it's all about using this ecosystem to like create things. So like if I go to Curry Hobo and we do like an NFT rollout, but we also he wants to do a food truck. This is low hanging fruit. I have skills in cooking, and I could help write his menu, and this could be a whole thing, and then set up like a liquidity pool and set up all this kind of stuff, so that not only is the show creative, but on the back end it's tied in Lego block it into the ecosystem, and we go around just doing that in whatever form it comes out in. Basically.
Yeah, you've got me thinking. You know, functionality for a token like that. You know, what it does, what brings the value to it, other than, you know, if it's just you're a member of a private club or something.
Yeah,
you know, why not just make it an NFT?
Yeah. No, well,
but
okay. What I'm thinking is there's two parts. You represent skills of membership of like ecosystems with NFTs. So there's like a reputation with NFTs, and then but on the back end there is liquidity pools that fund projects, like paying people for their time.
Yeah, that's kind of the model that we're seeing, is like, you know, a DAO, and through whatever mechanism that it is profiting through, you know, typically trading fees or you know, royalties off of NFT sales are going to the treasury, and then, you know, the treasury is you know, purchasing the food truck, or, you know, whatever the hell it is, where it's a food truck owned by a crypto DAO.
Yeah.
And then it's also cycling its own funds.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing with Sora Network. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
So they're trying to create like a Web3 new economic order. It's a one world, one economy thing where basically the tokens that come into circulation, you like vote on proposals. So in the testing of it, when I was playing around with it originally, it was like different companies that are like, this is my idea, this is my proposal, and then you vote, and whichever project gets voted on receives those newly minted tokens.
Yeah.
So the inflation of the supply is going out to like new products, and then those products become a reality. And then if you voted on something successful, then you get like returns from that thing being successful.
Yeah,
and that's kind of a cool.
Vital was talking about that in the similar concept of it's kind of like a reverse like grant system of like whatever becomes valuable later, and then like because you never know what projects like going to succeed, but you should also like
there's so many like products that need funding.
Yeah.
And if you vote wrong, collectively as a network you can vote wrong and it just like shits the bed, and then you don't profit from it. So then you're incentivized to like maybe not screw it up next time and vote for something that'll actually work. But all of this stuff is about to come to the forefront.
Oh yes.
And we have too many opportunities to be involved. We just have to figure out the best ways to do it.
Hell yeah.
Best ways to monetize.
I know. That's the interesting thing is not only do we need the technical side, which is rapidly happening, but then it's also like, oh, this is what we've been talking about, but like now it's like for reals, and like we don't have any cultural like reference to actually use it in a proper way.
Well, yeah, it's all kind of being swooped up by finance.
Yeah,
there's kind of a lot like culturally going on with NFTs or something.
Yeah.
There's community building behind them, and they're cool little clubs. And did you see what happened with Loot? That's kind of like new shit that went down. But
what happened?
Basically, it was an NFT drop.
Okay.
That was just a text file.
Oh yeah.
And so it's a bunch of text files that all have like just
like a fantasy,
like game gear, fantasy gear.
Yeah.
And it's a building block, because now, you bought a bunch of text files, then you can take those text files other places, and other communities, other apps will use those text files to do something cool, whether it be like a roguelike game or something where you go fight some stuff with your little person that has that gear.
Mm-hmm.
But then someone also created a currency airdrop that went out to all the loot holders that was worth like 80 grand for a second. That's crazy, but like there's cool little community things, but it's all still like money focused.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah. And you need that, but like I think it's better to reverse that. Like the money's more on the background end, and in a sense rewarding and also incentivizing people for going for what they actually want to do. Whatever that is that you want to do. If it's like you want to create a short movie, or you want to like create a video game, or you want to have a food truck, or you want to create a cultural center, or you want to do a commons for like literacy in your local community because you don't have a good library or whatever, or you want to like teach coding to kids, or and make sure they know about like I want to develop open source educational tools for kids. Like Curry is I think he already did. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he wanted to do a kids book of teaching them about like open source.
I think it kind of has to happen with finance first. Maybe it doesn't have to, but everything is so expensive, right? The tech is so clunky right now.
Oh yeah.
That like it has to have financial incentive for anyone to really be using it on a large scale.
Yeah.
And then I think, like what I was saying, once we get into those, like, you're not even spending a penny to do the thing, so why not? I think then we're going to be able to do all kinds of stuff. Like,
and then we'll be ready.
Vitalik originally wanted to, one of his reasons he founded Ethereum was because his WoW account got banned. And he's, like, mad that, like, those items, those things, my time was worth something to me,
Yeah.
and you were able to just take it from me. And so a lot of it is like ownership.
Isn't that what I told you? Oh, time's a luxury. It's the only asset that we can't get back.
The journey begins.
Yeah, so you took I exchanged my time for all of those, things in that game, and you took it from me. So I think we're going to see stuff like gaming, we're going to see stuff like music royalties. People are going to put books on the blockchain. But like, just for the food truck example, just trying to abstract it to anything, like you could have a set of food trucks all over the country, and
especially
100 NFTs.
Yeah.
And if you own one of these NFTs, you get free food once a day at the food truck or something.
Yeah.
And like somehow a market's created for them, and people are trying to buy them for more and more, or sell them.
And see, like the buying of the NFT will help set up, at least within the food truck network. We're like rolling up their fees or whatever, so that we can convert it the easiest and best timing, so that they get the maximum of it in whatever their currency of choice, so that they can use it to run their day-to-day operations.